All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Upscale Love for You. The program participants' opinions are based on the information that they consider from their own knowledge. No expressions or accuracy is related to Upscale Love for You.
Hinesville. I'm going to stop saying Savannah. From Hinesville, Georgia, the 912 Deuce, even though Savannah is a 912 as well. So, with that being said, I wanted to say welcome anyway. Now, we have some issues going on this evening. Lady T cannot join us tonight by voice, but she will be in the chat room for you. So if you have a question or something you want to direct the Lady T, please by all means direct it to her via chat. And we also have Dr. Feelgood in the house. He's going to come on and introduce himself. And gosh, Action J is not here today, and Special K is also not here today. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead on and call on Dr. Feelgood to introduce himself. And after Dr. Feelgood, I will ask Social Media Diva to come on and say a couple of words. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Feelgood, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. Coming to you live from the 571, where I'm having fun and I'm getting things done. We're getting it tonight, and don't you miss this because we're going to be talking about afraid of commitment. Now I'm passing it over to the social media diva. Come on, lady. Give me a breather.
Good evening, everyone. If you don't know who I am Social Media Diva. I am in the city of Hinesville as well. I bring all the hot topics and all the things on social media. So please follow us on our page as well, okay? So back to you, Dr. Fab.
All right. Well, without further ado, let me just give you a little insight about Upscale Love for You. Okay. Oh man, as I was saying earlier, I can't wait. I'm so glad this is Friday Eve. I can't hardly keep it together. But all opinions expressed by the program participants. Hold one moment. Okay, so all opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their own and do not reflect the opinions of Upscale Love for You. The program participants' opinions are based upon information that they consider from their own knowledge. No expressions or accuracies is related to Upscale Love for You, and we kindly request that guests refrain from recording or live streaming any part of the podcast on social media platforms without prior consent from Upscale Love for You management. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get right into it. And we're talking about commitment in relationships. And I'm going to say this, it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship to be committed to anything and everything is so important, because when you can't commit to small things, then you can't commit to large things. And I had to tell myself, because a lot of times I commit to doing things, and at the last minute, I want to cancel out. And I say, you know what? Your word is your bond. And if you say you're going to do something, go ahead and do it because you have committed yourself. But when it comes down to committing to a relationship, and it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to commit just saying by saying you're committed because you're married, because you can be married and still not be committed to the relationship. So I'm going to ask, we had a poll on our flyer this week, and after I looked at the tally, it was actually 50-50, because people, 50% said that they were not afraid of commitment, and 50% said they were. So I'm going to start it off this evening with the one and only rich advice, Douglas. Douglas, can you talk right now? Are you doing something?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so talking to Douglas or Rich Advice, what do you want to be called tonight?
Mister.
Mr. Okay, well, Mr. Listen, tell me your thoughts on commitment. And I'm asking you from the standpoint of a relationship, nothing else, nothing less, but I need to know your pointers or your thoughts about commitment. And please don't let it be a one word answer, Mr. Okay?
Well, for the poll question, I actually at this stage answered no. About no, I answered yes. Do you have a fear of commitment in a relationship? I answered
So
yes.
you said yes, but why did you say yes? Why are you afraid of commitment?
Well, actually, it was on the other end of commitment. Once you get in a relationship and if the relationship ends, that's what I'm afraid of. So therefore, I'm not letting myself get committed and discovering that over my lifetime, it kind of falls into a slight fear of abandonment and to realize that I'm an orphan. So it's the fear of at the end that's preventing me from starting.
So what you're saying is if you commit to someone, um, why do you have the negative that thinks it's gonna go bad now? I know people have been married, got a divorce, got married again, and live happily ever after. And you said the thing about abandonment. Now, that's some deep treading waters when you start talking about abandonment because as an individual, oh my goodness, don't nobody want to call me until I get on my little podcast. They're gonna have to take the back seat tonight. But nevertheless, what I was getting ready to say, you said abandonment, and that's kind of deep. Um, when you said that you got a divorce, do you think that was part of your feelings of why you feel abandoned because your marriage didn't last till death do you part?
Well, yeah. So looking back over the life, things that I really didn't understand, now I have a name for it.
Well, what's the name?
Well, yeah, abandonment. And it's just a little obstacle I got to get over. And that comes from parents divorced when I was 6, father died when I was 8, mom died when I was 21. Then my grandmother died in 1999 and just felt alone. And then the big one, when I got served with divorce papers. So looking back, all that falls up under abandonment.
Okay, well, I can
Dealing with that.
understand that. And
And
you
then
said, how old were
realizing
you? How old were you when you said your mom passed?
21 years and 3 months. No,
Oh,
21 years and 2 months. And I got divorced from my wife after being with her for 21 years and 3 months. So I was
mm.
with her longer than I was with my mom.
Now you know that's deep because I never could understand that people would stay married so long and then get a divorce after all of those years. Was it that you all just stuck it through until the children got of age? Is that what it was, or do you even?
Well, she said she deserves to be happy.
She deserved to be happy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right then. Well, I know that someday, Douglas, and I'm rooting for you. I'm pulling all the way to the home run that you are not going to have to use that word again about abandonment. Okay, we gonna get that together for you right here on Upscale Love for You. Ooh, you
Yeah,
put a little.
I just got to switch to the more positive outlook.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Because you know what? When you think positive energy, you'll have all that positivity on you. And then next woman gonna come through and swoop you up. And you just gonna be amazed at that relationship. Lady T says, are you still committed to the person after the divorce?
Huh? For
Her
me,
question
for
was
me,
that
no.
Lady T in the chat. Were you asking that question to Douglas? Just type yes or no.
No, I was asking to him and others.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, all right then. Well, I'm going to come to any of the ladies, answer this for me because most of the time I'm going to say that I'm going to ask Casey. Come on, Casey, listen to me. Most of the time, women are more committed to a relationship to men. And I want to know why most women are committed and men are not. Casey, can you talk right now?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good evening. Good evening.
I absolutely agree with you. For one, I think women are more compassionate than what men are because I know for me, my husband doesn't have to ask me to do something. I'm the type of person he can mention it, and if I feel like I can get it done, I'm gonna go ahead, get on it, get started, and be like, babe, I've gotten it done. But for him, more so, if I ask him to do something, he'll do it or whatever the case may be. So for me, when it comes to relationships, it's not just men, but for me, relationships as a whole, I'm committed to whatever relationship I have, whether it be a friendship or whatever the case may be. I just feel like women are more so passionate than what men are. You can find some that's all in, but men, for one, it's their pride. They won't let themselves fall all the way into a woman because they feel like women are manipulative and all of these things. So that's why I think women commit more so than men do, because they just naturally within their mind think that a woman is manipulative. So they want to allow themselves to fall all the way in because of pride. They feel like they don't want to be played or that type of thing. In my aspect, they're protective. Men are protective of their hearts, whereas women freely give their hearts away.
That's good. That's good right now.
Okay, well, I can agree to that because most of the time, yes, women are more committed than men. And I knew after you said what you said, Casey, that our good old Rich Advice was going to have his hand up. So come on, Rich Advice.
Yes, the example she stated,
I like to see you, Rich Advice, because that sunset
it
throwing me off.
didn't go with the definition of commitment, but she was like, "Are you going to do what I asked you to do right away?"
Wait, one more
I
time.
didn't say that.
Start back over because I didn't get that.
Well, that's what you stated. You was like, "Well, if he asked me to do something, and I can do it, I'll do it right away." But for me, when I ask him, it's instead of this to that. But I disagree with both y'all with your statement and your supporting statement because the current, well, we go into marriage. That what I think current day is like up to 80% of people who file for divorce are the wives. So,
But do you know why they filed for divorce?
but okay, no, let's get to what's the
Because men are cheaters. No, I'm
what
joking.
what what is the definition of
Oh, that boy,
commitment?
that brought you from behind that picture, didn't it? When I said, do you know why women file for divorce?
What's the definition of commitment?
Because the
Huh?
man not all in. That's why.
What is the definition of commitment?
You better
There's
pull out
always a
Webster.
justification.
Or are you committed to the relationship? See, okay, in a marriage, you're supposed to be committed to the marriage. You're supposed to be committed to marriage. Actually, not depending on what your partner does. If you're
Oh,
going to get down to the solid bedrock definition of commitment, you know, if he's not beating your tail, then are you committed? By you bailing out, you're not committed.
but
And you can
that's
give
just
all the
it.
reasons and the excuses that you have. You chose to no longer commit to the marriage and file for divorce. Now, those are the strict, sterile definitions of the issue. And y'all gonna come back like, well, what if he was cheating and had 1,200 different women and this, that, and the other, and I felt sad and he didn't do this, and then you're gonna say, well, he wasn't a provider. And then when we dig a little deeper, it's like, yes, he probably was a provider, but didn't provide the lifestyle that you wanted. So that's it. So let's come with the excuses now.
Well, it's never an excuse, Douglas. It's only a statement and an opinion because, like I said earlier, your opinion is your opinion. And Miss D, you got your hand up. Go ahead, Miss D.
Yeah, I think by the time a woman decide to, I'm not married, but I've been in relationships. When a woman decide that she's gonna end a relationship, it's usually after she's done so much. And I don't think it's not that she's not committed. I think that there's an expiration on how much you can give, and it's a lopsided relationship. Like one person's doing the work and the other person's not doing the work. So to me, that's more toxicity than healthy.
Okay, well, Miss D, I'm taking it that you're saying majority of the time the women are giving 75% and the men might be giving 25%, or should we say 70 to 30?
Yeah,
What you think? That's
yeah,
about right.
yeah.
Okay, all
And I'm
right.
not, just to be clear with the fellas, I'm not saying all men do this. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying by the time you get to that point, you given and you given and you know, put in all this work and trying to be there for them. And if there's no appreciation and you take that woman for granted, at some point she's gonna leave.
Okay. And just like Miss Duke said, one
It's
person
vice
cannot
versa.
make a marriage work. Commitment should be agreed by both parties. So come on, Rich Advice, your hand back up.
No, DFG had his
Oh,
hand.
I'm sorry, DFG. I didn't even see your hand. My
I,
apologies.
I
Come
guess
on,
because
DFG.
it's non-melanated hand, sleight of hand type stuff. I'm gonna ask the ladies this question. If men are so if we understand that I put in the box what reasons that women file for divorce. And a lot of y'all saying this because the man don't want to commit or the man doesn't understand commitment or man. So tell me what happens, who lacks commitment when it's when lesbians get divorced? Because they have the highest rate out of any type of relationship. Man relationship, 25%. Man women relationship, 50%. Woman relationship, 75%. That, I'm kind of agreeing with Rich Advice with that. So it's not women y'all, and this is my personal opinion and not reflective of the opinions of people I know, but women do fall in love because love to most women is a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
When men fall, it's an action. It's an action. A man shows you he loves you by what he does for you. A woman shows she loves you by how cooperative she is. Because if she ain't cooperative, she don't respect you. If she don't respect you, she don't love you. And that's how guys see it. So it's not the fact that guys don't want to commit. Guys want to commit. However, who I fall in love with today, 30 days from now, she might say, I'm all out of love with you. So those are the things that, guys are thinking about. That's not to say they don't want to pull the trigger, but they're not, it's not like back in the days when you met somebody, you hung out with them, got to know them, got to take them to that next level, and then y'all moved up slowly. We're a microwave society. I'm done, Doc. I'll pass it to Richard Weiss.
Okay, so wait. I'm trying to touch bases. I think that was a little undercut about the lesbians because both of them are women. I guess they serve right to get a divorce whenever, wherever, however, because you don't know who's supposed to be what, and we're gonna leave that alone because I don't even know. So I was just like, you kind of threw me off with that question, Dr. Feelgood.
But Fab, here's the deal though. That's what we were trying to say. It's not a lot of blame goes towards men. So when the fact that when there's a relationship there is no men and they're still divorcing and breaking up over the same reasons. Oh, and plus the DV is higher within those type of couples. But anyway, it's gotta, and I'm not blaming them, but I'm just saying it's like, hey, y'all have to look inward, because guys realize when two guys are together, I don't care if one's big, the other one's small. If they gonna talk it out, because they know if they take it to that level, it's gonna go there, and somebody gonna be laid out. And
so what you're saying, if you said lesbian, so now they're gays, are we talking about two men getting a divorce?
Yeah, they're the least likely to divorce. Two men together.
And they're the least likely to marry too.
No,
okay.
No, they get married about the same rate. Everybody gets married around the same rate. However, the divorce rate is what really counts. And like I said, 25% for male couples, 50% for male-female couples, 75% for women couples. Go on, Richard Weiss.
No, I'm going back to the definition of commitment. This is what this group tends to, what I call scope creep, get off. If you strictly go by the definition of commitment, when someone files for a divorce, they're breaking a commitment. That's plain and simple. And with the Ms. Duke's statement, one person cannot make a marriage work. That's a true statement. But we're talking about commitment in a relationship, and I guess the goal for this group is marriage. So I'm speaking in terms of a marriage. And just plain and simple, based on the definition, when one person calls it off, that's a break in commitment. For whatever reason you want to provide, it's a break in commitment. That person is no longer committed at that point. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, because you kept saying it, so I Googled it. The state of quality of being dedicated to a cause, activity, or etc. So I'm including that to say marriage, but it also says that it's an obligation that can be restricted when it comes down to being or holding a just of freedom and advancement with a leverage. So that was all bumfunkled up in there. So just push come to shove, you just need to be committed, obligated, and keep your word. That's what it is. Keeping your word, because your word is your bond. Okay. So I'm going to pass it on over here to Miss Leanne, because I want to know how she feels about commitment. Leanne, can you talk?
Yes, I can. Good evening.
Leanne,
Yes.
Tell me your thoughts about being committed to, well, I know you are committed to your job because you've been there how many years?
Ooh, I don't know, 35, 38, I don't know.
So that's a woman with commitment goals. She don't have no problems with commitment.
That's
Now,
fear of moving on.
what did you say?
I said fear of moving on.
No, 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 no. Fear of getting the good and keeping the good while I got it. What
So
kind of
what's
fear?
different this evening?
What kind of fear that I'm
Go over there
watching
with
the game.
you.
I'm
What you got
watching the
in your house?
game. I'm watching the Bills and the Dolphins and they're in the same, anyway. I'm a committable person. I commit. I commit. I
So
go
you
all in.
don't have a problem with commitment.
No, I go all in. I'm sorry. I go all in.
You go all in. Well,
Yeah, I'm
I
not a
like
cheater.
that.
I've never cheated in my life. I go all in. I am a person who will commit.
Did you
However,
hear that,
if
Douglas?
that person is not the right person, I ain't gonna even waste my time. They could just go by. I mean, I'm going to uh agree with Dr. Feelgood because of the microwaves, but I'm not the microwave girl. I'm that oven girl. It takes that time. You know how when you're cooking a turkey or oxtails and it takes hours and hours to cook. I am that slow moving girl who does not rush into I'm not gonna say I don't rush into commitments. I don't rush into I wouldn't rush into a marriage. I gotta be
Okay.
able I have to be able to talk to my mate. The lady teaches her this the other day about everything under the sun, good, bad, and different. I'm not trying to have no skeletons in my closet. I don't lie. I'm coming real with the real gusto. If you can't handle it, that's gonna tell you right there whether or not you want to be with me or not. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm one of those go-getter jet setters. I am who I am and I am who I'm supposed to be. But a lot of men, and I just have to say the men that I have met, and that's why I'm not married, they have those hidden agendas and they lying and they got on that, what do you call it, representative until until it's sought out. And when they come up with the truth or whoever they are, they want to apologize. No, Negro, you do not have to apologize. You do not have to apologize if you lied throughout the course of the relationship because you wanted to see where I was going. Because once you lie, I'm done. I don't entertain that kind of stuff. You no longer exist in my book.
Well,
You
that's a
don't have
good
to.
thing
You don't
because
have to. You don't have to apologize.
the truth will set you free. And if you can't be
Yes.
truthful
Yes.
from the beginning, then keep it moving. I like that, Leanne. I
Yes.
like
Yes.
that. But you know what? We're talking about commitment. And it was so funny that we're talking about commitment because Wayne Brady, what the host, what is the host of it? Is he the Price is Right or Let's Make a Deal? That's what it is. And he said that even though his circumstances are totally different, he was committed to his wife and his children, but he felt like he was doing himself a disservice and he wasn't committed to himself. That's why he had to let the world know and the wife and the children know that he wasn't sure about what sexual role or sexual partners he cared for the most. And I thought that was strange to say you were committed to your wife and your children, but not committed to yourself. So that was different. I'm gonna let
That's
that
not
sit.
that's not strange, Dr. Fab. That
That's
man was
not.
being on no, he was being honest with himself. Okay. So when he got married, okay, so people who
You
are
breaking it down for me, Leanne. Go on and break it
no, I'm
down.
just
I'm listening.
saying, people who are bisexual,
But he said
sometimes
he's not bisexual.
he didn't know what he's some kind of sexual hell. He didn't know whether he liked men more or women more or what he was feeling. So at the time when he got married and had kids, he was into her, that woman. But throughout the course of his life or whatever, he had more of attraction for opposite of her. I don't know if they straight, gay, indifferent. It don't matter. What I guess I'm the type of person, I respect your sexuality. You like what the hell you like, and I'm not going to judge you for it. But he didn't want to stay in that marriage because he had a different feeling of what he wanted. And you can't say it's strange because I have, and I'm going to say it's my goddaughter. I was the first person she came to when she started liking, not when she started liking women, when she made up her mind what she wanted. And she said, every time you said, when we need to talk to you seriously, to come to you in a serious way, lay across the bed and let's discuss it. When she told me she had a preference for women, I asked her, was she ready for it? Can you stand up to that? And she's married now. She lives in California, but she's been with men. She has had her taste of men. Hell, she dated a man I would want to date. I mean, my age. And she's, of course, much younger than I. But she asked that I not tell anyone. When her mom found out that she was more for a woman than for a man, she was like, but you told the aunt, but you didn't tell me. And why didn't I tell? I said, well, when people confide in me, I have to keep it confidential. But we went through, can you handle society? Can you do this? Are you ready to really, truly commit? Since we're speaking of commitment, when you are bisexual, since you say he wasn't bisexual, you're not committing to either male nor female. You're doing both. You're doing male and female. But when you're committed to just a male committing to a male, and a female committing to a female, that means they have made up their mind and they are ready for that decision that they have made. They are committed to what they want to do. So what we have to do is just respect it and let them keep on doing what they're doing. It's not bothering you. Everybody has a right to choose. Everybody has a right to choose what they want.
Yeah. Now, Miss Duke say he's pansexual. So
explain that to me, please, Miss Dukes, because hell, it's still the same.
Yeah, explain that to me.
Well, I remember seeing an interview that he did some time ago when this was hot on the blogs, and they asked him, was he bisexual? Was he? He said no, he's pansexual. He said he's attracted to energy. So if a person has an energy that's attracting to him, then that's who he will be with. So he didn't come out and say man or lady. He said energy. So hey, I took that. If it's energy from a man, energy from a woman, right? He say he deal with energy, like the
same thing I'm saying.
So I mean,
it's gonna either be a male or female. It's gonna be a gay guy or a straight guy. It's still a man. It's gonna be a gay woman,
but he didn't want to. He didn't want
woman.
to say, or he didn't want to label bisexual or gay, or so.
But if he was married and unhappy in his relationship, he was miserable because he was trying to
be someone that he wasn't, or
yes. So he did the right thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, I want the whole, not the pole.
Rich advice. That's because you know. Rich advice. That's because you know who you are, whom you are, and whose you are. You already got that down pat, and it's okay. And it's okay. It's okay. But everybody doesn't have it down pat. I, like you, have it down pat. I'm strictly dickly. I ain't about to that. Let me be quiet. Let me just
let's move on. Let's move on to commit. Move on to commitment. I was getting ready to ask because it was a singer that also said that she was paying. What's the singer name? Miss a little cute little skinny girl. got a whole different kind of look.
Jeanette Monet.
Janelle Monáe.
That's it. That's
Monet.
it. She was the one, because that was the first time I'd ever heard that. And y'all know I had to try to Google it and see what it meant and all that stuff. Because at first I was like, pansexual. Don't tell me she in the animals.
Ooh.
Let me stop
Can you
clowning.
dig it?
No, Doc, she likes making love to pans.
She must really
Might
be a
kill in
good
a pot
cook.
too sometimes.
Yeah, a pot and a pan with boiling water. But okay,
Ooh-wee.
I'm so glad I knew my doorbell was going to ring and it was going to be Sandy, because I definitely want to ask Sandy about commitment. Come on, Sandy, you came right on time. She just smiling, showing all her pretty white teeth. You gone, Sandy. Unmute yourself and tell me. I need to know what your commitment level and what it means to you. She must be walking in the dark. You got to unmute yourself, Sandy. You still muted.
No, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, so for me, I'm not afraid of commitment. I could be loyal. I'm all in. I'm YOLO. But it's my life space where I'm in a space where I'm dealing with residents of senior assisted living communities. They have memory loss, they have a lot of stuff. And like, and a lot of these people, like, they're just waking up and like seeing if I'm going to die today. So my thing is, I'm not scared of love. I'm not scared of commitment. I'm not scared to communicate my emotions, my feelings. I'm not in that space. I ain't scared. It's YOLO time, bitch.
Lord, I tell you, Sandy don't never ever surprise me, because she
But
gonna
she
bring
is,
the
but
full
she
crop.
is right. She is all in, and it's okay.
She all in. But you know what, Sandy? Now let me tell you how crazy Dr. Fabulous is. I thought you were saying that you go by the old folks' home to look for dates and stuff. When you start talking about all of that, I say, no, Sandy, don't go to the old folk home and pick them up.
No, I don't know for the old folks. I got a high sex drive, so I can't do that. So my thing is that it's YOLO. You know what I'm saying? If that man is sparks something in me, I'm owning it. We gonna explore this. But the fact that I can communicate that does scare, because I could own it. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I don't get that feeling often. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how long my life is going to be on this planet. So I'm not going to be like, ooh, whatever, because I know life is short. We have so many people dying so quickly, and people are so scared of catching feelings like it's a fucking disease. It's not a disease. When I do my workouts with my residents and stuff like that, when you're able to feel a pain, a feeling, that's an indication that part of you is alive. The moment you start trying to move, you don't feel anything, that's an indication that shit is dead. I'm gonna tell you a story. Oh my goodness. I was actually watching the news. I saw a friend of mine. He was on the news and he was in a hospital bed. We went on a few dates. Okay, that despises the point. So he got in a bad car accident. And I hadn't talked to him in a while. I'm like, oh shit. So I called him and he answered the phone. I'm like, Mom, I just saw you on the news. You in what happened? He's like, man, Sandy, I got this car accident and his car fell to whatever that bridge, what happened. And he said, when I felt pain in my legs, that's when I knew I was alive. Like those parts of, you know what I'm saying? Like, life is short. People make shit complicated. It don't need to be complicated. That's what baffles me.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Listen, ain't nothing like talking to Sandy, because I love to talk to Sandy because she keep it all the way 100. I'm gonna jump on down here to Papa Docs. Papa Docs, can you talk? Oh,
Yes, I can talk. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so Papa Doc,
yeah.
the question is all on you. Your format when it comes down to commitment. We all in, our ears are up against the wall. We want to hear all about it.
So my true honesty about commitment is I have to be honest with myself first before I can be honest with anybody else. I wholeheartedly believe that I am scared of commitment because, like Rich advice, you've been through a divorce, and you're not saying that whoever you meet is going to be the same as that person you divorced from, but having to go through it and then maybe go through it twice. I don't know how people get married 2 and 3 times and like be committed to that, you know. So in today's world with the internet and all of this social media stuff, you like it seems like you're always going to meet a person, but not the real them. And I'm truly afraid that okay, yeah, everything's hunky dory real quick, you can get me in the first 90 days, and then it's the next 950 days that I'll be like, damn, what did I get myself into? You know, I'm afraid of this, the
So, but
950
wait,
days
you
behind.
say you say they got you in 90 days, so you only commit in increments of 90 days, and then
No,
you really
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when I meet somebody, you got the 90-day rules. You head over heels about this person, and you be like, yeah, this gonna work for me, and you can feel it in the first 90 days. Yeah, this gonna work for me. This, and then after that, and the young lady that spoke about how men um, don't actually give themselves all the way into a relationship. She's exactly right, because we as men hold back because we're afraid. Like we know afraid of being hurt. We can handle it, but
so in other words,
just going through
you're
that
holding
process.
But
you're
would he lie
holding
about
back.
it? That was Leanne's
Wait a
thing.
minute, Leanne. Let me ride on this here track for a minute. So what you're saying is you hold back and you're afraid of commitment, but then you could miss the mark that was the best thing that you ever had. Like how pound cake melt in your mouth. You can miss all of that by holding back and being afraid. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't.
it's
You
very
can't.
true.
Wait,
But
wait,
at
wait.
the
I ain't
same, go
finished
ahead.
now. Don't
All
cut
right,
me off
I
because
apologize.
I'm that debater. Listen, you can't hold back. You said you can't see how people commit themselves to getting married once, twice, 3 times. It could be like Elizabeth Taylor. You're gonna do it until you do it right, or you're gonna die trying. Now, some people have that
Amen.
phobia. Some people have that
Mm-hmm.
phobia about not getting married again. That's just like when you lose a loved one, a husband or a wife, you become a widower. You say, oh, I love that person so much. You did. You do. You'll always love them. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to find that next person that you can give yourself to and love them just as well as you love your deceased partner. So you have to try it until you get it right. Okay, Papa Doc. And rich advice, I'm gonna take Cat Daddy. I'm coming to you, baby. I'm coming to you because I love to hear you talk. But rich advice, I'm gonna take you, and then I'm going to Cat Daddy. Did you get that, Papa Doc? Don't give up on love. Don't give up on commitment because you might be missing out on a good thing. Okay, come on,
So,
rich advice.
so, okay.
Rich
So
advice,
you had
you playing
something
with
to
me? I'm
add
gonna leave
on?
you alone. Did
What
you
was
say
that?
something, rich
Were you
advice?
finished? Were you finished with your comments?
I
No,
am.
no.
But
So, okay.
oh, you talking to Papa Doc? Okay, we're going to
Yeah,
communicate with Papa Doc.
yeah. So you can't tell me that most people don't have that fear in the beginning, because of today's world. So what I'm saying is, yes, I'm afraid of commitment. I'm not saying that I wouldn't commit. I'm just afraid of it because of what you have to go through when it doesn't work out. That's all. I've been down that street. I lost everything that I had, and I got it all back. And I don't know if I'm willing to do that again. So, yeah, I'm a little
Write a
leery.
prenup and keep it moving. Write a prenup.
Write that prenup. Yeah.
Write that prenup because she probably got as much as you got or
Find
more.
me a white woman for that. Them sisters ain't going for that prenup.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are, Papa Doc.
Yes, they are, because when they got something to lose.
Sisters going for it. Sisters are going for it. Because they don't want to lose their house.
You got or more.
Right. They don't want to lose their house that's paid off. And
there
they ain't trying to get your ass in there.
There you go. But that's why they ain't coming to mine to live in mine. They got to build me one from the ground up. All right? Come on, Cat Daddy.
Hello, family. How y'all doing this evening?
We doing.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Well, I'm just listening to the brothers. I'm listening to the sisters out here tonight. And, I've never, ever been afraid of commitment. Never. I was married for over 30 years. And I recently lost my wife a year and a half ago. Okay. She was the love of my life. I loved her with every inch of my heart, my soul, my mind, everything. And there was nothing in the world that I wouldn't have done for her or she wouldn't have done for me. And that's just the way it is, the way it was, and I still feel that way. And her and I used to joke sometimes, like, if something happened to you, something happened to me, would you marry me? I'd be like, shoot, I don't know. I probably would. I don't know. And I probably, you never know. I don't think I would. I don't know. But I always came to it, and I'm coming to realization now in my life. And I do have a friend right now. She's a nice lady. And I'm at the point right now, would I marry again? Well, if things are right to that point, yeah, I would. But see, I'm a widowed man. So some women today, when it comes to a widowed man, I'm a prime. I look at myself, I'm a prime catch.
Well, that's like myself, Cat Daddy. See, we're in the same boat. I'm a widow woman. And I think that men, when they find out that you're a widower, they say, that sister there, she got a little something. Because you've been set up right. If you had that right kind of husband, he gonna lead you the way you need to be left, you see? And so that's why you have to weigh your options. And I say this all the time. And somebody asked me this, and Leanne just said it about a woman doing a prenup about because you don't want them to get the house, this and that and the other. But
Dr. Fabulous, before you, Dr. Fabulous, I want to ask you something, both to you guys, because you guys are both widowers. Before you go on to the next subject, I want to say this. I'm always reluctant about dating a widow man, because oftentimes of the deceased, we tend to remember only the great things about them. You know what I'm saying? And then it seems like to me, when you not to say that you're in a space, not to say that he's in a space, but it's like they only remember the good things about that person. So you start dating people, then you're comparing, there's a comparison, and they can never measure up to the deceased. And then somehow, unless you're in a space where, although you remember who they told, as a person, as a whole, you remember the good parts, and you remember his selfish ass or her selfish ass. She did this, like the gentleman that spoke about his wife. Wow. He has her so much on a pedestal. That was the love of my life. She was perfect, and it, like, I don't know. I'm ad libbing.
But can I say something?
So it makes
Can I say something, please?
for a woman to come in and like, I just want to be me. I'm attracted to you. I want to get to know you and possibly, fall in, whatever. But because it's like, I was in love, she was perfect, there's no comparison. And now you can't give this new woman a space to grow and build a new connection in your life.
Cat
Please
Daddy,
let
let
me
me put it
finish.
this way.
Please
Cat
let me
Daddy, I'm
finish.
gonna give it back to you, Cat Daddy.
Please.
Let me give her something. Now, when I say this and I speak from my heart, there will
Mhm.
never ever be another Tony Warnell Bacon. That was my husband, and he was
Mhm.
as good as it get. I don't have no gripes, none of that, because he was one of the best. If Lady T could talk, she'll vouch for me because he was just that man. But now, because I know he's never coming back anymore, I don't do that. If I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm gonna take them for who they are, and because they can never compare to my husband, so I'm not going to try to do a comparison. I'm gonna let them show me who they are, what they are, and how they're going to treat me. Will I ever stop loving my husband? He's going to always be loved because he always holds a special part in my heart. But when I move on, when I say I have moved on, I'm not going to do a check sheet for what my husband did for me, how he treated me in comparison to the new person, because that's not fair to the person that you're trying to start a relationship with. So, Cat Daddy, go ahead and
Wait a
tell.
minute, Cat Daddy. Dr. Fab, you said you won't compare.
I won't, because you
Humanly
know what?
speaking,
Let me
wait a
tell
minute.
you how deep
Humanly
I am,
speaking.
Leanne. My
Mhm.
husband was short. My husband was about 5'8". So my structure now is, if you're not at least 6 feet, I ain't even checking for you. Cause I
But
want a
Mhm.
you're still
whole
comparing.
different
You're
realm.
still comparing.
I'm not
There's no
comparing.
way. No, there's no way you could get him out of your mind when that next brother steps up. Because
No, that's not true. Because as I say, it's gonna be so far different till I'm not even, it's not gonna have, I always have a subliminal
why
there,
he gotta
but
be
I'm not
6'4"?
going to have, if I was comparing, I say, oh, he got to be short, just like he got to be red, he got to have
No, you
dreads
just
like
said
it.
he had to
I'm
be
not gonna
tall, but
do
that's
that.
that man God given. Why height got to play a part? Why you can't date a 6'4" or 5'4" man because that's their God given. You got to look inside their heart. You
Right,
cannot
but I'm
look.
not checking for a 5'4". Now, if a 5'4" come and sweep me off my feet,
You
I'm gonna
gonna
go
go
for the
for it?
5'4". I
Okay,
go with a dwarf. I go with a midget.
okay,
If that's what's supposed to be.
Not me.
But right now, I'm checking for 6 feet and taller. You
okay.
see?
I got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn, I'm 5'12".
Shut up, rich advice. Go ahead, Cat Daddy, finish, and then I'm gonna jump up there to answer. Rich advice, hold your spot.
Well, first of all, and the young lady is correct about how you feeling about the lady that you lost or the man that you lost. She's correct about that. But I know one thing, that the special bond that I held with my wife and when we were together, I know one thing in Christ, that she would want me to live my life. And if it were vice versa, I would want her to live her life as well. No, it's not about, I know what you're saying. It's about comparison. No, 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 it's not. Because you know what? Nobody can compare to my wife. I'm not trying to compare anybody to mine because what I'm looking for, it's not about filling the void. What it's doing is it's stepping up and being something totally different, which is a new in my life. And that's what I'm looking for. And that means that with Christ being behind it all, it's going to turn into something new. But then there's some women out there sometime now that even though they know that I'm widowed and so forth and what have you, there's one, I have a friend and she's never been married. She does have kids by the same man, what have you, whatever. But the bottom line is she's been done wrong in the past. Okay. I've treated her nothing but like a queen, like the queen that she is. You know, just like any woman, if I was going to be with, I'm going to treat them like a queen, like I treated my wife. Okay.
Hashtag great man.
And I did that. And I still do that now. And at the same time, but she's a little afraid and her heart is guarded right now. I can see it, I can tell, because we've going on a year and her heart is guarded right now today. Matter of fact, we were talking here just recently. I was listening and she was calling in on this and I told her I'd call her back because I need to talk about this myself. So but the bottom line is I know what she's feeling. She's, because she got done wrong by a man or whatever. And so it's a little bit difficult for her to trust. But, it's hard to phase out a man who treated you right, treated you well, treated you like a
That's
queen.
right, honey. Because if you treat her right, you gonna cultivate that heart. But listen, if she holding up a guard and you trying to chisel it down, don't keep breaking at that brick because sometimes that cement too hard to keep cracking at it. Move
And you're
on.
absolutely correct at that. You're
Yeah.
absolutely correct at that. But so that's where prayer
See, I'm gonna
comes
give
in.
that good advice, cat daddy.
That's where prayer comes in. When a
That's
lot of
true.
times prayer comes in because he's going to direct you the right way. So I look at
Exactly.
what I'm supposed to do and where I'm going to go with this situation. So I know good and well that no matter what, if there's one out there waiting for me, I'm going to be whatever the one God wants me to be with,
All
no
right,
matter
cat
what.
daddy.
And
Cat
it's
daddy,
about,
you better come on to our next event. Ooh, if that
I'm not
lady sit next to you, don't let her slap you now. Don't let her slap you.
no,
Come
it
on,
ain't that.
answer.
Put your hand on me.
Come on, answer.
Unless it's loving and affectionately. Go ahead, cat daddy. They can put their hands on you, but not abusively. Okay. Yeah.
I hear that.
All right. So hello everyone. First
Hello,
time
hello.
speaking tonight, but I must say it's been very exhausting listening to you all. But I guess
Not
it's
the exhausting.
yeah, extremely exhausting.
Always answer.
I
Always
will not
answer
go into
or
detail as to why. Of course, I will not go into detail as to why, but I'm back on the subject at hand.
commitment.
I did answer the poll question, and I answered, no, I'm not afraid of commitment. And I have a very simple reason for that is because I just believe that the whole topic that's put forth tonight is just nonsensical. Because a relationship, regardless of whatever it is, for it to be a relationship in the first place, you have to be committed to whatever that is. Now, I think the issue at hand that you all have been talking about all night is how each person views the relationship in the first place.
Know how
And
you
that
view commitment.
woman, I said commitment and relationships are the same thing. It's nonsensical to try
It's
to separate.
not. Because a
I'm telling you what I
relationship
think.
between a
I'm telling
man
you
and a
that
woman is a
no,
man and a
no,
woman.
no. I am
Come
telling
on.
you the definition of the words that are put forth. A relationship can be anything: sexual,
Correct.
platonic, marriage, friendship, work relationship. It's a relationship. Whatever that relationship is, you have to be committed to it for it to be a relationship in the first place. That's my whole point. And when my second point is the whole issue that you all are talking about is the views on the said relationship in the first place. That's what it all boils down to. So you got two people involved in any given relationship. It's all about what each person is committed to in the first place.
I totally agree with him on that. Commitment, when we commit ourselves to, um, you know, in the job description, whatever that relationship encompass, as you stated, platonic, professional, romantic, sexual, it's a commitment. Are we going to be committed? And now, now we have to dissect, so we can go through the motions.
But what the
What
commitment
parts
is
of
in the first
yourself are
place.
you really going to, I think, invest? So it seems like this conversation, as far as like, the individuals that have been married and that have married for the representative, only to find out that the representative is nothing like the real person. And so it's not, maybe the question is not commitment. And maybe it's about, how invested within your heart. So some people, you invested, emotionally, physically, financially. So how much investment are you willing to put into that relationship? So
Like it was
that
said
relationship.
earlier in the conversation, it was said earlier that if you're committed to a job, that was definitely an example that was brought up. That is a form of commitment. So,
Correct.
what is the motivation for the commitment to that job? That's a relationship.
Your paycheck.
Okay, so then you get a
that's
return.
the commitment.
That's called an ROI. You get a return on your investment. So where I think where where people get, they're kind of scared of that. When in an emotional, romantic, sexual investment connection, am I going to get a return on my investment? So if I invest in this person, you know what I'm saying, and then can I get a proper ROI, return on investment,
Right.
from
So
that
whatever you're
person?
invested in is what your commitment is based off of. So
There
if
it
you're
is.
with someone because of your sexual benefit for that person, then yes, you're committed to that person for the benefit that you receive, the ROI, as you say.
Mhm.
So
Okay,
that's
well,
Return on
what
I
you're
hear
investment.
committed.
what you all are saying, but you can be committed to a friendship. Anything that you're committed to it, and you're supposed to give 100% to
Okay,
commitment.
you supposed to. Let me tell you something. What the frustration gives. I have a friendship, a girlfriend, real talk. Every time, she's my only eclectic. I don't know if you guys ever have this eclectic, woke friend. Friend. They say my queen, my queen, my king, and shit like that, right? I
Grand
can't deal with
Rising.
those type of people. I can't. I always tell her, like, you are the only person, Grand Rising, shit like that's her swag, that's her thing. And I told her when she invites me her to events and stuff like that, I said I can't stay long term. There's only so much Queen, Grand Rising shit I can take. I can't. I don't like it, but I deal with it because of her. So when she calls, she says, Sandy, I need you to be present in our conversation because I need you to be present. So I need to get your immediate feedback. And I want you to do that. The immediate, that's really important to me. Okay. So when she calls, I'm like, okay, let me be present in this conversation because she needs my immediate feedback and attention. So I try to do that and I show up for her because that's my commitment to this friendship. But let me tell you what I learned. When I am going through shit, that I need her to be present and in the space of this conversation because I'm maybe coming unhinged. She don't give me the same in return.
Wasn't there.
So she's
So
not committed to the friendship
she's
on the
not.
level that you are.
She's not. So what she's asking for me, she's not willing to give to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's problematic. So that's where the disconnect of commitment lies because you may be in a position, I'm willing to commit, but the fear of the return on investment, I may not get it back in return in the event I may need it myself. That's where the problem and disconnect lies.
Okay. Now, y'all, hold on to your seat. We getting this last second throwdown by Rich Advice. Come on, Rich Advice. Your hand been up there so long, I know it's probably numb. Come on, Rich Advice.
Yes, it is. So first of all, y'all take this. I kind of agree with Sandy on the point that dating a widowed woman is like, for me, would be last on my list. Because in my mind, okay, I'm gonna say in my mind, their marriage ended on a good note. It's past.
And you have to carry on.
Right. Wherein, a single person or a divorced woman, well, a single woman never knew marriage. A divorced woman, something was wrong. So, you can kind of come in and be a better person than the ex. And we all compare.
It's my brother still don't mean there ain't no extra baggage in there.
we all compare people to people we've been in relationships, whether you want to or not. It's just a human thing to do. So that's that point. Another point was I said since this was upscale for love, I tried to steer the comments toward marriage because that was my assumption that that's what we're looking for, a greater relationship in that sense. Because commitment to a job is lower than commitment in a marriage.
Agreed.
And I had some. Another thing. Yeah, I stated that. Yes, I was scared of commitment, but not the commitment itself. It's the fear of failure on the other end. And in the chat, I put in that poem, "Who Will Cry for the Little Boy?"
Antoine Fisher.
Right, and my point for that is, and we talked about representative.
Now, see right there, Douglas. Leanne knew what you was talking about before you got it. I see that's what I'm talking about. That's where the good AKA woman come through, Leanne. Come through. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, and my new name for her was gonna be PG. And it wasn't for pink and green, it was for that good old pot of collard greens, that low simmer overnight.
You know what,
But
Douglas?
I was gonna say, we know women from a male point of view, we know women want a strong man. And if he shows weakness, that values him in her eyes. That's what I think. And we've all been broken and got issues to deal with. Because there was another post about love bombing. And it's like I longing for somebody that I can be with and give my all. But now I see if I make that decision, I'm gonna have to hold back a little bit, or she's gonna think that I'm loved when I'm just really in a rush to get to that good place and settle in and put life on cruise control.
Oh my God.
Things that we can do together.
Well,
So
Douglas,
it's a
Douglas, listen.
it's rough out here.
You got to first step out and stop being scared. You got to get you got to get with somebody in order to get that Love Jones going, baby. You understand? And I'm gonna find you that Love Jones. I promise you I am.
Oh no,
I
I'm on
am.
that journey.
Huh?
I'm on that journey.
You on that journey? Cause you
Yeah,
know what?
I'm saying that the things that I have to navigate through.
Okay, but
And the
listen.
things
Sometimes
for me that's on.
you holding back, just like Papa Doc. I told him you can't hold back all the time because it could be right under your nose and you don't even know it. And that's the best thing since ice cream and cake. You got to give it, you got to feel it out. You know, cry a little bit, cry on her shoulder a little bit, because a woman like a sensitive man just don't turn too
No, y'all
sensitive.
don't. No, y'all don't. Y'all, that's no, no, no. Let me lower my
I'm
head.
telling you, we do. We do. You know, I've talked all this even because, you know, Lady T can't talk. I took her spot. So now I'm going to jump on over here to Dr. Feelgood and let him get some good feelings going on. And he going to take your question answer. Come on, Dr. Feelgood. Because, you know, I didn't talk for me. I didn't talk for Lady T. I didn't talk for Special K. It's your time to shine, Dr. Feelgood. Come on. Where you at, Dr. Feelgood?
Well, since he can't go yet, can I go?
Go ahead. Cause Dr. Feel good around there making somebody feel good. That's why he's not available to talk right now.
I'm
Come
here.
on.
I'm here. Don't sleep on me.
Okay. He had to clean it up, y'all. That's why it took him so long to get here. I know that.
No. Just sometimes I defer
You
until
defer.
it's the right time to talk. But I can talk now. Welcome,
Okay.
you know
Well,
who this is. You know my Steve.
Anson ready to tell you something, and then you're gonna go on into your part.
Go
No, I
on.
want to comment off what you just said.
Oh
that
man, well go ahead and comment.
a woman likes a sensitive man, right? And I would
Uh-huh.
agree with that to a certain degree, but I also agree with Douglas. No, you don't.
Why you say no, you
No,
don't?
you don't. Women want
I'm
to.
agreeing with him too, though. But
Yeah, women
we
don't
like
want no
it, but
guy.
we don't like it. We like
Right.
it, but we don't like it.
Y'all don't want no guy to. Y'all don't want no guy to be like,
Weak,
oh,
weak.
They don't want to.
who.
Let's be real about it, bro. They don't want to punk.
Yeah,
Look,
that's the
I'm
way.
gonna be,
But
and
They don't
y'all
want
know
to
me.
what?
I'm
Say that.
always,
They don't want to punk.
because you
y'all know
Right.
me. I'm
That's what I say.
always.
You want a
They
strong,
don't want to
sensitive
punk.
man. You want
hey,
a strong, sensitive man.
hey,
Because
Doc.
men have feelings too, though. They
Yeah,
do. They
let me ask
do.
you a
They
question,
do.
Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you're
Hold on, hold on,
I,
hold on,
go
hold
ahead.
on, real quick. I'm gonna sum up that whole statement by saying that every man, every woman wants their man to be a man with everybody else but them. They want their
True.
man to be their bitch. Go ahead, continue.
No, you
Oh my
right.
God.
I was gonna.
No, that ain't true, bro. That ain't true. Cause I ain't gonna be no bitch for nobody, especially not no woman.
But
I'm
that's
sorry,
Exactly.
I'm the
saying.
Exactly.
wrong one, dog. I'm the
Well,
wrong one.
well, you gotta
No,
And
sir.
understand.
that's
I'm
what
not
I
gonna
was
be.
saying.
I ain't gonna
Let's
be no
say,
bitch for nobody, especially not no woman.
No,
You know
see
what? Let me
what,
tell you something. God put us on this earth for a reason, brother. To lead, and I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna lead through Christ.
all right,
Through
well, go and preach,
with my
Cat
friend.
Daddy.
That's what I'm gonna do, brother. And I'm gonna
I
show
hear
her
you.
the right way to go, and I'm gonna treat her like the queen she should be treated like.
I hear you, but I was saying what the woman wants,
But
not what we
no, no,
gonna
no,
do.
no, 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 no. See, it's like I said, it's hard to phase out a good man, big dog. Hard to phase out, especially if he's treating you well and treating you like a queen, a queen.
Now y'all got an old school upset now. Y'all better settle
Come
it.
on now,
That's
man.
right,
Come
because
on,
Cat
man.
Daddy gonna put it down. Cat Daddy said, no, no, no. Not when
I
you
don't
treating
put
them
it
like a
down.
queen.
I lay it down too. So
Oh,
I
come
do
Oh,
it.
on
I
in
got
and
so much
lay
to
it
say.
down,
I don't
Cat
just
I
put
got
it
Daddy.
so
down. I
much to
lay
say.
it
I
down too.
promise
Okay, he
you.
laid a
You
plate
know.
No, I
down.
got so much to say. Y'all are really tripping. Okay, let me tell y'all something. I want you to please hear me and hear me good, okay? First, I want to let you guys know. I want you guys to think of the year that you were born. Please think of the year that you're born. Put that year in your head. Then there's a
Except it
dash.
was on the radio.
No, listen. Then put that dash. And then the year after that dash is undetermined. It's to be determined because that's the year that you die, right? I'm gonna need you guys to act like you want to embrace your feelings and your love or whatever you feel for whoever the fuck you feel it for. And because you're not gonna get those feelings again. You gotta live your life. You got a life to live. That dash in between the year that you're born and the year that you die, if you spend that dash being combative, being guarded, being whatever the fuck you think you want to protect yourself from, you know what I'm saying? Like you are doing yourself a disservice of experiencing life. You know what I'm saying? But if that's your choice, God has given every one of us free will. Okay. So if you get up and you choose to be, negative and shit like that, I think you're doing God a disservice because you're not living and trying to capture the things that you want. You deserve everything that you want. You have to believe it and you get to manifest that. Like I'm telling you, you got to believe it. And when you believe it, you start to speak it. But when you believe that that hurt or whatever you experience is gonna multiply in the next person and the next person, you're gonna experience that shit in the next person, the next person. You
And
got
that's
to
why we're not
believe
gonna
it.
let that happen to Douglas. Because
Right, we're not
Douglas
gonna let
gonna
that like that. It hurts my heart to see him say that because you got to, you really got to believe it. You know,
You hear that, Douglas?
you got to stop. I
Douglas.
wish that we could stop.
Douglas, I know you hear me talking to you. Douglas won't say nothing now, but I believe that's Sandy, because you know, if you think positive, it's gonna be a positive reaction. If you're into that negative zone, it can be all the negativity that you can house up. Now, y'all just done threw Dr. Feel Good all the way off. Now, Dr. Feel Good, I'm calling you back, ringing up Dr. Feel Good. Where you at? Where you at? Come on.
Yeah, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm taking a call right now, like you are, but I will be on. Give me about 5 minutes. So can you hold me down till I get
I
on
can
back?
hold you down. I can hold you down. Now listen,
Don't
this
beat
come
me
on,
up.
come on, Dr. Feelgood. I don't know where Action J is tonight, but I'm gonna call him when we get up off of this, because he was supposed to come on. Douglas, you got your hand up.
Yeah, what Sandy stated is true. But she's always one to say, well, a person got to speak their truth. I know where I'm at in life. I know where I want to go. And I know the obstacles in front of me. And I'm dealing with those as I go along.
So can I
Okay,
ask
so
you
what I'm saying to
something?
you, is really funny. And Douglas, you know, I don't know what the screen name of his name is right now, but
It's Rich Advice.
Rich Advice. So what Rich Advice has said, I'm glad that he agreed with me. What I'm saying is true. But I also know that when we try to make plans, right? We try to say, I know what I want. I know what I ain't gonna
Well, come on,
tolerate.
Dr.
I
Feel
know
Good.
whatever. You know, I could say this. God trumps all of that. You know what I'm saying? God would trump all of that. And oftentimes will humble us. Because we have a plan. And if God will look at our plan, we mapped out a whole damn plan. And God look at our plan like this poor child. They don't know. So therefore, all I'm saying, honey, you got one life. Please don't block your own, get out your own way.
Sandy, can I ask you one quick question? The guy that was in the car accident, when you called him, was he excited to hear from you?
I mean, he wasn't, it was a monotone. You know what I'm saying? I think he was happy to be alive. It wasn't
Okay.
about connecting with anybody. I think he was in
He
a
was just
space
happy
with
to be
him and
alive.
Todd. Right. He was happy
Okay.
to be alive. He had kids. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about connecting with anybody. It was like, I'm still here. And I'm here.
God
I need to,
spare
you
my
know what I'm
life.
saying?
I got you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So Dr. Feelgood, come on. You said you was ready.
I'm back.
Okay, come
I'm
on
back.
back, Jack.
Did we not get off track?
We did, honey. We done went around the world and back.
Yeah, when we talk about commitment, we have to look at it in different things. Commitment is to make a future promise, to actually go through with what you said you're going to do. And that's, we've all failed a commitment one time or another in life. If we say we didn't, we are lying to ourselves and to everybody else around. My thing is not commitment itself, because everybody wants to belong to something. Even people that be by themselves want to belong to themselves and be who they are. That's what you want to commit to, being the best version of yourself. I'm saying that if you just for you people that just broke up with somebody or breaking up with somebody or in the middle of something, what gives you the idea that you want to commit to this person, and what actions say to you that you'll say to yourself, no, I can't commit to this person because something is not right. You might not know exactly what's wrong, but we all know when something's not right. I'm gonna go to you, Miss Dukes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Tell me what do you think about what this something personal? Are you married?
I'm divorced.
Okay. So what decided for you to get your divorce?
It was a number of things in the marriage. It was the lack of commitment, the lack of ambition. It was
lack of finances, and no desire to want to do more. And it wasn't like that at the beginning. I think that he may have gotten comfortable, and I think we got comfortable with each other, but I saw myself being the one doing everything, and I didn't feel that commitment was valid anymore, and the
So
responsibility wasn't there for me.
did you have to kick him out, or did you just he just like up and left?
No, we had a conversation and we talked, and I had the promise things gonna get different and better, and it didn't. And then I was like, okay, so if this is how you're gonna be, I don't want you being here with me and the kids, because you're not showing a good representation of what a man should be, or what a father should be, a husband. It just wasn't there. So he left. I didn't make him leave, but I told him I wanted him to leave. Like, when you say kick out, I'm thinking like pack his stuff and it's on the porch when you come home.
No,
No,
no. When I say kick
okay,
out,
no.
when I mean, I don't mean physically kick out, but just like,
Yeah,
I
it was
don't know
one.
what you're gonna do, but you ain't living here.
Yeah, no, that conversation was had.
Okay, and what was your breaking point to say, like, you don't have to go into detail, but what was your breaking point to say I'm not going to commit to this person?
I mean, I was committed, but what I saw, my breaking point was seeing the lack of commitment for you. Like I stated before, one person can't make something work, and if I'm committed to this relationship, but you're not, I'm working extra hard to do something that you're showing me you don't want. At least that's how I felt.
Yes, I'm just wondering, as a lot of us, we say we want to do this, and that's kind of what Cat Daddy was saying about being a man. If a dude is not, like I said, men love with action, women love with emotion.
I can say that I can agree to
And,
that to some
and
extent.
if he ain't doing action, then your feelings is going to feel some kind of way, which you did.
Right, but okay, it wasn't just the financial part either.
No,
That was a part of it.
but that's what I'm saying. Provision is not just money.
Okay.
He didn't. Exactly. Cat Daddy, who said it. He's here to provide leadership.
That's it.
And leading takes a commitment. Like I said, it's an you have to be a leader. You can't just show up and think you're a leader. You have to.
That's right.
It has to come in.
You got to come in. You got to come in that way.
And if you're not doing that, then and I'm not saying you were wrong, because if you don't work, you don't eat. if you don't do something, you do something else. Something else. If he's not taking care of his responsibilities, that means he don't love you like that, like you thought he did. Go on, Richard Vice.
Well, everything she said is true for her. And I start off talking in absolutes. She was committed until she wasn't committed, based on his lack of whatever from her point of view. And if you take the standard vows and say for better or worse, I'm just strictly.
Oh no, you have a point, but listen to this though. He took vows too.
Right.
If he's not honoring his vows, he gets.
Before you go there,
you don't eat.
I'm talking about in strictly absolutes. Your vow wasn't, I'm going to be committed if you do A, B, C, D, and E. You said what you were going to do.
Right.
But then don't say on condition.
Right. But
if you do that,
now
I'm going to do this.
Now, all right,
that's my debate for argument's sake.
We'll take it from that absolute. Jesus said, if you have a problem with your brother, what are you supposed to go do?
You talk.
Take it to your brother and get it solved. If they refuse to do it, he said, how many times? 49 times 7. If, say you did it that many times.
You forgive.
And then once you reach that point, he said, said treat them like a piece of dirt in the street, pretty much. Paraphrasing here. Don't Bible paraphrase. But you are right. Both people have to push forward to make the effort work, because love and commitment are hand in hand and they work. And like I said, men love act with action. That's it.
And I'm just speaking in absolutes before people jump in with their own personal.
Oh no, I got you. I got you, dog. I got you.
And everything.
We're on the same sheet of music. I guess I'll just bring in some context and filling out the little things. Question. Fab had her hand up before you, Cat Daddy. Go ahead, Fab.
I'm lowering my hand because it was for Cat Daddy. I want you to know, how old are you, Cat Daddy? And how old are you, Douglas? Because I'm finna rodeo dope y'all and get y'all right for 2025. How old are you, Cat Daddy?
I'm old enough to know is all I can tell you.
No, you got to give me some age factor, because you know women want to know how old are you?
I'm 56.
You're 56.
I'll be 57 December 3rd. Am I gonna get a birthday party or something y'all ain't told me about?
Okay, so you 50, you're gonna be 57. So you the ripe
That's
age
it.
of 56. And Douglas, how old are you?
I keep telling you every other week. 58 and a half.
58 and a half. Oh, because 99 and a half just won't do. Okay, that's all I needed to know, men. Carry on, carry on. I got something in the master plan. Carry on.
All right, then, Cat Daddy, it's your turn.
Well, I'm listening to you guys about a lot as far as the commitment, and again, I was getting back to my situation, and I got a friend, and I'm trying to do the respectable thing of giving space to whatever is needed to give space. But you know what, though? My thing is, how much space can we give to that person? We're going to give whatever we can give. If this is what you want, because that person has been hurt by another man. And then the last thing you want to be is, you don't want to be the person that you're getting nicked behind the last guy that happened
Daddy,
2-3
what you
years ago.
don't want to be is a substitute. That's what you don't want to be. And if they're
And
dragging your feet that long, then it's time to move on, because you deserve happiness. You know what happiness tastes like.
Yes, I do. And that's what I've been trying to do. And then I ask them, are you trying to do this? Are we doing this? Or what are we doing? Because I'm trying to give a benefit of the doubt. But when you don't give me the benefit of the doubt or whatever, or you can't tell me something, then I know, I've already been told by, other women, sisters of mine, and say, you know what, it's time to back up.
Oh,
Because,
okay.
All right.
It's time to back up.
All right.
Back it up.
That was actually pretty enlightening, and we ain't tearing into each other, and that's a good thing. But
yeah, because if you ain't into me and doing whatever you need to do, and whatever to be a man, I've treated you like the queen, but you telling me you ain't trying to phase that now, you did because you've been hurt by something. Listen, it's time to change new faces, man. I've changed a new face. My wife is gone. I've changed a new face with you.
Mm.
And you need to come on board and do what you need to. But if you can't come on board and do that, I gotta back it up.
I'm saying, you know what, Cat Daddy, you are right. I just want y'all to know. I just want you to know that, glad that you bought whatever you bought to the show. I want to thank everybody who came on, but we're coming close to the end. So before I go, I want to thank Miss D for putting in her thing. I want to thank Miss Dukes for answering the question. And I want y'all to leave. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Commit to what you know you're gonna go. We all gonna fall short, and just do the best we can. Try to be the best person you can. I know I don't always do it right, but I try to do something right. Now I'm gonna pass it back to Dr. Fab. Go on, Dr. Fab.
Now you know what, DFG, I got to give it to you. Oh, okay, Zoom user. I know you late. I thought you was Action Jackson coming in here right before we do the closing. But I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna check him. I'm gonna check him. Apparently something came up, but nevertheless, each and every one of you, I thank you all so much for coming on. And Cat Daddy, where you at, Cat Daddy? Did you leave me?
I'm right here, baby.
Okay, listen. This is my last and final words about this.
Mm-hmm.
As a widower, you still got a lot of love to give, and that's what I say about myself. And if
Mm-hmm.
that person get on your ship and they're not selling the sea
Mm-hmm.
the way you want it to sail, baby,
Mm-hmm.
it's plenty of cruises out there. Don't just sit there and continue to beg and pull, because you know what? There's so many more options out
Can I
there.
stop? Can I stop you right there? Can I stop you right there,
You can.
sweetheart? Sweetheart, I ain't begging nobody for nothing.
All right.
Not this brother right here.
I knock
When
on
I come,
wood.
when I come genuine to you, you should know whether or not what you want to deal with me. I'm
Mhm.
not. No, I don't beg nothing.
All
Ain't begging
right.
nothing.
So
So.
there you have it. So that's what I
Mm-hmm.
was getting ready to say.
Mm-hmm.
Commitment mean a whole lot. And you don't have to be in a relationship to say you're committed to someone, because it could be just a committed friendship. And
Mm-hmm.
I said this because a lot of time people don't believe that you can have a committed friendship. And Sandy said her partner not giving her what she need when she want, or her to give her the payback, or conversating and holding it down. But I want you all to think about the word commitment and what you are truly committed to this week. Excuse me, the week is almost up. But this weekend, when you're going through, you say, am I committed to this? Or am I writing this off? Because, you know, commitment is strong. It's a strong hold to something. So if you're not really committed to it, and it's not deep down within you to really be committed, cut it off, set it free, and be done with it. Okay. And I would like to thank each and every one. And I really want to say thank you to Lady T, because she couldn't come on verbally, but she did her job. She held it down in the chat room. I would like to thank each and every one of you. And please, if you're not a part of Upscale Love group on Facebook, please go and become a part of our group on Facebook. And I'm gonna turn it over to Social Media Diva, because I was about to take her job. Go ahead, Social Media Diva.
Yes. Thank you all for joining the podcast tonight. You know, your energy, your insights are always amazing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube, which is Upscale Love for You, and also our Facebook group. So I'll see you guys next Thursday, same time, same place.
All right. Thank you, thank you. And I'm going to say the clock on the wall has said it is all, y'all. And like Social Media Diva said, please come back next Thursday, same place, same time, 8:30 p.m. And we're going to say good night. But please, one more thing. If you have a topic or a subject you wish to talk about, please send it to our email, which is upscale love, the letter 4, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com, because we can't talk about it if you don't send it to us, because we want to give you what you want. And until next week, you all, I'm going to tell you right now, smooches, and good night.
Next topic: why women so crazy. Good night.
Why women are so crazy?
That's it.
Cause we fell in love with somebody like Douglas and got stir crazy. Good night.
Rudy Roo.